The video you're about to see addresses the containment of leaks that could occur in chlorine cylinders. While leaks in these cylinders rarely occur, prompt corrective action by trained personnel using special equipment is required. Most chlorine leaks involve one of the two valves inside the ton container's protective bonnet within the chime area. The valve on top is designed to withdraw chlorine gas, while the bottom valve will release liquid chlorine. Always position container so that the leak valve or fusible plug is in the top or gas position. Chock the ton container to prevent movement during application of the emergency kit. Leaks on a container valve can occur around the stem packing, through the valve seat, or around inlet threads at the container. To stop a stem packing leak, use wrench 200B to ensure that the valve stem is closed tightly. Tighten the packing nut with the valve wrench.
Test for leaks.
Valves can have different packing material, including polytetrafluoroethylene or PTFE, like Teflon, or other chemical-resistant polymer material, like Garlock, which may require different amounts of torquing. For example, Teflon packing typically requires one to slightly open the valve before completely tightening the stem. To stop a leak from the valve seat, apply and tighten the valve outlet cap with gasket 4G using valve wrench 200B. Make sure an undamaged gasket or washer of proper size and design is in the outlet cap prior to installing the outlet cap. If it is missing or damaged, B-Kit gasket 4G should be used. Open and tightly close the valve stem several times. This may remove any foreign material from the stem or seat along the valve to seat off. Tapping around the valve while opening and closing it may also help in freeing foreign material. Slowly loosen the valve outlet cap. There will be chlorine trapped between the valve stem and the cap. After the trapped chlorine has dissipated, check for leaks. If no leaks are found, the container can be connected to your process. The kit comes with additional washers in different sizes that can be used when connecting to the process. If the container is not to be used immediately, replace the valve outlet cap with washer or gasket 4G installed. Tighten it securely and put the container back in storage. If the valve inlet threads are leaking at the container, apply device 12. A second option is to use wrench 106 and wrench bar 104B. Warning: extreme caution should be taken not to damage or accidentally remove the valve. Drift pins B2 and B3 should be readily available for emergency use. Device 12 should be used in place of this procedure when corrosion or other valve deterioration is suspected. To do this, slowly tighten the valve into the container by applying steady pressure with wrench 106. Test for leaks. All the previous mentioned leaks can be contained using device 12. The following leaks are rare, but would be classified as major incidents. They usually occur when a container is mishandled. For example, if the valve protective housing was not in place when the container was being moved. If valve stem assembly has blown out, hammer the small drift pin B1 into the valve body. Test for leaks. If valve is broken off at the container, hammer the small drift pin B1 into the valve body remaining in the container. Device 12 should be applied after the pin is driven in. Test for leaks. If the complete valve blows out of the container, hammer the large pin B2 into the container. Device 12 should be applied after the pin is driven in. Test for leaks. Due to pressure buildup inside the container, the drift pin may not completely stop the leak, but it can slow it down. It's also possible that device 12 does not fit over the pin. In these cases, secure the container in an isolated area and call your chlorine supplier. Each chlorine container is protected by fusible metal plugs, which are designed to melt prior to rupture, Most containers have 6 plugs, 3 in each end, 120 degrees apart. A fusible plug leak may occur at the fusible plug threads, in the fusible metal of the plug, from the blowout of the fusible metal material, and from a plug blowout due to corroded or stripped threads. If the leak is at the threads of the fusible plug, apply device 14. A second option is to use wrench 104 and tighten the fusible plug slowly. Do not over-tighten. Warning: extreme caution should be taken not to damage or accidentally remove the fusible plug. Drift pins B-2 and B-3 should be readily available for emergency use. Device 14 should be used in place of this procedure when corrosion or other plug deterioration is suspected. Test for leaks. If the leak continues, apply device 14. To stop a leak from the fusible metal of the plug, apply device 14 and test for leaks. If the fusible metal of the plug has blown out, hammer the small drift pin B-1 into the fusible plug body. Test for leaks. If the complete fusible plug blows out of the container, hammer suitable drift pin B2 into the container. Use drift pin B2 for fusible plugs with 3/4 inch NPT threads. Use drift pin B3 for fusible plugs with 1 inch NPT threads. Device 14 should be applied after the pins are driven in. Test for leaks. Due to pressure buildup inside the container, the drift pin may not completely stop the leak, but it can slow it down. It is also possible that device 14 does not fit over the pin. In these cases, secure the container in an isolated area and call your chlorine supplier.